color.
All right, Andre, I need you to cleanse your mind here.
Okay.
I had to
Another
say,
idea for people with kids.
imagine yourself.
Imagine yourself with 2 young
Actually,
boys.
no, this is an idea for you.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an idea I think catered to you in a few different ways. So a couple problems and a couple facts of life that are going to kind of tie these things all together. Mm-hmm. So the first fact of life is I believe there's been a little bit of a resurgence in getting together and watching TV shows as a group. So like event night TV shows, The Bachelor, obviously. Game of Thrones.
Anybody remember that show?
Back when it was good. This Is Us. I think some of my neighbors get together and watch that. So it used to be like a 24 loss. Like it used to be a big thing, and it kind of dipped a little bit. And I think we're seeing a little
back.
It's back.
Yeah,
it's a thing. So that's one fact of life. It's a thing. Second thing that exists. There's a problem. Streaming services. So there's a lot. Right, like you do the math on like
Disney Plus,
Hulu,
Netflix,
HBO Now,
all the individual
Apple
channels,
Plus, everything. It's like you're paying $200 a month for all this stuff, right?
Agreed.
So that's a problem. That's also a fact of life. The third fact of life, and this will give some insight into where this idea is going, is when a new Star Wars comes out or a new movie comes out. Oftentimes, what people like to do is like, or a new Marvel movie, it's like I'm going to watch all the movies leading up to that, and then watch the movie in theaters, right? That only works if you either have those movies or they're available on a streaming provider, which sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So this is the idea, Andre. This is an establishment. It's called PrimeTime.
Okay.
PrimeTime is a restaurant bar that has taken over a movie theater. So replace the arcade, replace the concession stand with a restaurant bar, and divide up the theaters into 4 different areas. Area 1 is replaying movies. So it's Lord of the Rings, it's Star Wars, any movie that's in theater coming up. It's a constantly rotating, like come in and watch this movie to get excited for the new movie coming out. Section 2 is sports, the Super Bowl, Jazz games, whatever your local, any championship game, the NFL or the college playoff game, like any game that you would already throw a party to watch, they're all going to be there. Area 3 is get together primetime TV shows. So it's Bachelor night, it's This Is Us night, it's Game of Thrones night. Whatever the show is, the cultural show is, they're playing it there at primetime.
Yeah.
And then Area 4 is a completely reservable handful of theaters that you can play video games, you can watch whatever movie you want for a birthday or whatever. And the idea is you pay a membership to be a part of primetime. It's $15 a month, $20 a month, and you get access to come and go whenever you want. And you can come just like at any time of the day, you can be like, hey, we could watch this, or let's go to primetime and watch it. Because there's going to be drinks there. There's going to be a bunch of people watching it together. There's kind of part of a club. There's some camaraderie there.
Yeah.
You could also have movies there if you wanted to. I kind of like it not being in a movie theater for some reason, but like that's an avenue if that made sense or whatever. Primetime.
Obsessed.
I know it.
I did like the wild like spin around in my chair as soon as I understood what the idea was. I mean, I have shivers down my spine. The thought of this place existing, right? I think
as a consumer of media, you're like, duh. Why doesn't this exist? Duh.
Exactly. Well, and it's like look at the success of like sports bars,
yes,
which is essentially a bar where y'all get together and watch the game.
Yes.
Like,
and it's like I don't want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings every time I watch a game, like necessarily. Like I'd like to go to somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, and I love the idea of there being like 6 or 7 rentable rooms or whatever, that it's like kind of like a karaoke bar place where it's like you can get a room for just your friends, just your table and your couch.
Yeah, you pay a premium or whatever, but like
but no, I mean it's not like crazy like out of this world private rental kind of situation. It's just like a couple,
which that's the problem with movie theaters, is that like they have to be like, is it in order for us to justify giving up a theater that's playing Star Wars or Avengers, you got to pay. Like I've rented out theaters before.
It's like, of course it's like thousands of bucks.
Yeah, it's like $5,000
because it's a whole theater.
Yeah, you got to buy all the seats.
But in a world where it was like,
you're not
there's all these public spaces, right? Where it's like, all right, we're gonna play the game over here, and it's like there's a bar and
there's loud spaces and there's quite like there's like movie spaces.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
But imagine
here,
it's a loud area where
Yeah.
it's like you're not trying to be quiet. It's like supposed to be ruckus.
wild and crazy. Yeah. And so just like even the sports bar area and then like the bachelor premiere night area that then is a X and then it is a Y and different days of the week.
Yeah.
And then
all
like
through the year.
10 rooms that are like a couch and a beanbag chair and then like a high top table. And you can order food, right?
Yep,
like there's a menu and like
100%.
Remember Training Table?
Yeah.
Where you pick up a phone and order. Like the room has a little phone that you order and you're like, yeah, I'll have a cheeseburger. And then they bring it to your room and you pay whatever amount. But then it's like me and my buddies get together and we're obsessed with whatever show or whatever's on right now.
And we want to play this game together. We want to do
Exactly.
catch killer while we watch.
Yep. And it takes out this like, so one thing that happens now is kind of different because really they could just go to a sports bar. I don't know why they don't, but my boyfriend really likes to get with his friends and watch football. I'm like, it's annoying. I don't fully understand it, but it's like, unless this one friend is able to host, then it has to be at my house. It's like, I hate that.
Totally.
So it's like, what if there's just like a place that they could have a room that was theirs for X 2 hours? Or
and
whatever,
that becomes
3 hours.
more and more complicated as you throw kids in the mix, as people's, as distance becomes a thing, all these factors. It's like, is your spouse on board? Is like everyone in the house on board?
So we got to make food. We got to get food. We got all, and
you
it's
got to
like
clean the house. You got all this stuff where it's like,
but it's like, if I could have a room somewhere else, same thing where it's like, we want to get together, you get together with friends, you're in your group text and you're like, we want to play Mario Party. We think Mario Party would be so fun. It's like, who's going to host and who's going to have the equipment? And like, what if we could just be at this place and order food and order drink there? And they have the game, and it's like we just go there and hang out and we play the game, right?
And maybe you don't even buy food, but you're a member to this club, and so you're paying $15 a month to go any day of the week.
Yeah,
so it's like a bar that you like have a membership for or whatever.
Totally. Well, it's like, and you watch these videos, the height of Game of Thrones, where there was like a bar party happening everywhere in the whole country where people are watching Game of Thrones together, and people loved that because of the energy, right? Totally. Where it's like people are screaming when people die and like it's fun like that. And it's like, how can we recapture that for many shows? Because every show of every night of the week has a cult following.
Totally.
And then the Netflix shows, it's like, what if you're like, I don't want to binge this is the show everybody's talking about, I know this is good, but it's like, what if we all go to this bar together, this place together,
and it becomes a thing
every week, and we watch it together, and that way it's like we're all consuming this together. And
so Birds of Prey is coming out right now. Yeah. And so the prime time, we're like, hey, in leading up to Birds of Prey, we're putting on Suicide Squad, and we're running DCEU movies all week long. So Superman, Batman, Superman, Justice League.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I want to go and like get into that realm to watch this movie, because like right now you just do it on your couch, or it's like, well, it's not on there. Only this is on there, not that. It's like, okay, well, but the establishment would like. Yeah. Anyway, the only pitfalls I see outside of like, you got to buy a movie theater, which is like, maybe that's crazy expensive, but like there are these like cheap dollar theaters that exist. Where it's like, I don't think it's that expensive. Yeah. One is like a licensing thing where it's like,
I think it's a licensing thing.
So like,
I agree.
So especially primetime stuff, it's like, so I would say, I think the way around it is the membership play, where it's like you're part of a club, and by being part of the club, you get access to like, it's just a restaurant.
Yeah.
But one of the perks is that like we pay for these things, and you get access to it. So like that's like this weird loophole to get you around paying for one subscription of Disney Plus and HBO Now, but like giving everybody access to it.
Yeah.
Because it's not illegal, obviously, to like for you to host a watch party at your house.
But it changes.
It changes. Yeah. So you have to figure out how to get around some of that stuff. Yeah. And maybe that factors into the cost per membership, or there's some premium member. And like things like watching a fight, like the Conor McGregor fight, like maybe that's more complicated. However, they do that at Buffalo Wild Wings. They do it at these places, at sports bars. Totally. So it's like,
I think for traditional media, I think it's the problem's already solved. And I think if you go and talk to like a sports bar owner, he'll explain exactly how it works. Because I know it's like you get a cable package, but then there's like a certain package you buy that allows you to show stuff in the bar, basically. And that's how TV works, like traditional cable TV and sports games and like fights and pay-per-view and stuff like that.
Yep.
that's all like already modeled, and that we already have 100 businesses that place stuff in the bar, right?